So guys, now we are going to learn another important topic, and which is the base for our assembly programming, and it is called system calls. System calls. So what exactly these system calls are? System calls provide the interface to the operating system services. So if you are the user and your program will execute in the user land, and if you want to open a file or delete a file, and you need to use the operating system services, and those services are write, open, close. These are just examples. Write will write the data to specified location, and the open will open the file in the specified location, and close will close the file. So these are some of the operating system services. And if you are coming from C programming, you have already seen these write, open, and close. You can just import the header file and you can directly use these functions. So in assembly, it's different. In assembly, we have to use the system call numbers in order to call the system call. So each system call is identified by a unique number, and if you call that number, the system call will get executed. And the argument, okay, sorry, there is small spelling mistake when I am making the slides. And the argument should be placed in the CPU registers. So the function or system call contains more arguments, and we need to put the arguments in the registers. Okay, let's see different system calls now. So I have taken this slide from the Shellstorm website. I have just took the screenshot, and these are the various system calls. You can see exit, fork, read, write, open, and so on, and the number is represented by this. You can see the exit system calls number is 1, and the exit system calls number is 1, and forks is 2. The same way writes is 4. And we going to take a look at this write system call. So write system call writes the data to a file descriptor specified, and it's in the UniSTD header file. So let's see this syntax. Size underscore t returns the integer. Actually it returns this what you say, the program result, program executed, -1 for fail. Okay guys, now the first argument we are going to pass to the write function is file descriptor. This file descriptor may be a file or an normal descriptor like standard input, standard output, or standard error. So there are file descriptors for standard input, output, and error. For standard output it is 1. So 0 for standard input, 1 for standard output, and 2 for standard error. So we are going to place the 1 if you want to print the data, write the data onto our screen. And here we need to specify the pointer to the data, and then we have to specify number of bytes you need to write to this file descriptor. I hope you have understood guys. We are specifying where to write and what to write and how much to write. So now in assembly language we need to put this writes system call number, which is 4, we have seen in the previous slide, and we have to put that value in the EAX. And also int fd file descriptors value we should put in EBX, and the data value in ECX, and number of bytes of data in EDX. And then we need to call this interrupt 80, which is the software interrupt, and it will invoke system call handler, and this system call handler will check the value in the EAX, which is 4 in our case, and it will execute the corresponding or respective system call, which is write. And it will take a look at this EBX, ECX, and EDX as then arguments, and then it will perform the system call with these arguments. and if there are more arguments we will store in the ESI and EDI. So this is the, I hope you have understood. I will repeat it again. This is the software interrupt 80. There are also hardware interrupts, but to this interrupt will execute the system call specified in the EAX, which is the system call number, and this system call handler will execute the write, because the write system call number is 4, and it will execute with the arguments specified in the EBX, ECX and EDX.